Okay, so I told you I would make a video showing you how I would disassemble this to get the carburetor out. First thing in any step is safety, all right? So you definitely want to unhook spark plug, pull out your key. Third step, we're going to siphon out the gas out of there. Put my key here. We're going to siphon out the gas right there into our gas can. All right, got the gas siphoned out. I'm still going to have some residual gas in there when I actually start taking out the carburetor. So I'm going to have something there to catch some of that gas. Now my next step is I got to take this housing off, but to get this entire housing off, I'm going to have to take this tire off because I got to let this down and the screws are behind that tire because this has to be down, so I can get this housing off. Unfortunately, to get this entire housing off, I'm going to have to remove my electric starter right here because the plastic housing is still behind it. So let me do that now. Now thus far, I done took off this wheel so I can unscrew this nut so I can let this bar down on both sides. And with this, we'll have to just slide it out and use a wrench because the socket wrench wouldn't get in there. And again, take this bolt out, unloosen that one so I just let this bar down. I gotta now remove the starter and then all the plastic housing right here. As you see, I took off my knob here, I took off a knob there, and I removed the safety key because all this wanted to be moved so I can pull this out. The good thing about this is that you basically only need two sizes for everything that I'm doing. Either you need a 1/2 inch wrench or you need a 10 millimeter. And that is all you basically need. Now, except for, I'm gonna need a screwdriver, Phillips right here, to take these two bolts off. But that's it for the Phillips. Okay, took the top housing off. As you see, I started the screw here, working on this one. I'm gonna take this entire back housing off next. After that, I gotta take this piece out right here. I gotta unhook these two right here. And there's some hoses down there I gotta unhook after I get down there. Kind of hard to see, but this top housing came out of that section right there. That's what's holding that part down. Just two 10 millimeter bolts. All right, I should have left this on so you can see it, but basically I just took this bracket off. And as you can see, took the hose off there. And this thing slides pretty easy. I gotta unhook two of these things here, this one and that one. Get those off. It should slide freely besides having the gas line on there. All right, get the gas line off and this comes completely out and you can work on it. Get that line off there. All I gotta do is put the gaskets on it and put it back on. Now basically, let me see if I can zoom to it. We attach these two lines. We attach this to this, put this whole bracket back on, and just put the housing back on, and we're good to go. All right, plastic housing back on, top housing back on right here. Now we're gonna reinstall this metal housing right here. Okay, top housing back on, all the screws installed except for this screw right here. This screw right here it's one of those screws, don't get me wrong. I have 1, 2, 3 on this side right here, 4 and 5 screws holding this housing on. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. This screw here is like one of those screws I just say it's a service screw. It is so impossible to get to because you have to remove this housing, which I've done before, that they don't want you to remove. They want to have you service this thing. They want you to take it to somebody who knows what they're doing so nobody just mess around with it and just mess it up. So this one of the screws I'm not going to put back because it's hard to get it back in. I had to push this out with a screwdriver so I can get all the way out, and it's just not needed. It's one of those, like I said, it's a service screw, so it's impossible for a novice to get it out so he doesn't mess it up. But if you know what you're doing, then you're able to do it and you can leave it out. It's not going to do anything, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to say to everybody, please install all your screws back in so you don't say that Aubrey says leave them out. All right, so I got it back together and I added gas to it. So now I'm going to fire her up. Keep in mind, it's about 6 minutes before 7. So as you can see, it's still dark outside. I don't want to run it too long, wake my neighbors up. They're probably gonna be mad at me, but oh well. For the video's sake, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna put it down somewhere where I can show you. All right. I'm hoping you can see it because I can't see if you can. As you can see with the first pull, it started right up, so I'm impressed. It works. I'm not going to run it too long. Thanks for watching my video.